Welcome back to Old Man Gaming, and welcome once again to Gold Mining Simulator, the hard mode series, where we're in. Oh, I went the wrong. No, I didn't go the wrong way. We're here on Nighthawk. We're drilling. Well, we're not drilling. We were drilling. We were bulldozing, and now we are just chilling. Well, I was hoping I could get this up here. Maybe around this other way. He's kind of out of gas, so if I can get this close enough, that would be really good. There we go. That'll work. Just trying to make a little ramp over here, because I'm thinking maybe I do want to get over here and clean up. You know, every time from that side breaks. Every time. But I'm also thinking, while the weather is good, we should be digging, because you know how the weather is here. It gets really stupid really fast. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just, if I can, might be a dumb idea. Yeah, it's a dumb idea. I'll just go park him back over here, I guess. Wanted to get him down, but that ramp is not looking really good. I mean, I wonder if we could just drive off to the side here. If we park over here, it'll give plenty of light. We actually need to get the bulldozer down in front for the other light we need. That light lightens it up a lot. You know, once that thunder comes back around, we're in trouble. We should do this just to make sure. I don't know where I'm going with this. 9 days, I saw. We got 9 days till the next leaderboard. Hope y'all are ready and got some strategies going on. Trust me, I don't. I just go with the flow. Let's see if we can get ourselves out of here. This is kind of wasting time a little bit. And like most of the time there's, we got time to waste in a sense, because I'm not racing against anything. But right now I'm kind of racing against the weather. If the weather comes up and starts being stupid, then we do have to dig in the winter. I mean, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that too much. I mean, we'll see, because they have said digging in the winter gets a lot harder. And I don't know if I've actually ever done it on hard mode, because, well, it's hard mode. Alright, while that's going, I'm going to get this bulldozer down. I mean, this is not working. It kind of is. There we go. I think we got the dump truck over here and ran up and down that a few times. It would start to work. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I just kind of randomly made that, thinking, oh, well, I might want to use it after all. So I want this from the front. We'll get the tank is refilled. Awesome. Looks like everyone's pretty much refilled. Oh no, the drill is not. I was trying to get the drill down here to do So I think this is going to be out of the way for the dump truck. I hope. Actually, I think we could go like this. If we park over here, I think that'll work. We gotta get some dirt in this thing so that we can... Why is my mouse not into the game? That's kind of weird. I mean, I did unplug my mouse. It had a... Well, it didn't have a problem. I messed up and unplugged it instead of something else. I'll just go around. It's easier. Alright. Get this guy back where he belongs, and then we can dig. Because we got to get cracking on before it gets cold and starts the thunder. Thunder. Probably should be somewhere there, I would say. This guy can move back a lot. I'm like, why is it not digging? That was a little weird. Shoot, I don't know how I want this to be, but... See, it's not digging. Weird. Get the factory on, or the wash plant, and we'll get it rolling. Okay. It's at 5%. Everything else is at 0. I think I'm just going to let it be. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, we need to hook this guy up, pick that guy out, and then hook this guy. We got water, and we got... Spilled water on me. Damn you, kid. He's always reaching at my desk. Can you not touch my stuff, kid? Oh my goodness. No, it's not for you. My goodness, that kid is just... Okay, well, let's just do this. I guess I can get over it. The mouse thing is bugging me. Like I said, I think it's because I... Okay, everything is filling up. Got double buckets. Oh, okay. I think everything looks good. I know I shouldn't be so mean to my son. Well, not normally, but my gosh. This is the one thing that he does that really irritates me. It's like, my gosh, keep your hands off the stuff. And now he's all angry. No, he's not angry, but he's found his little screaming voice. It's not little, but he's found it, and he definitely likes to use it. Not wrong way. Yeah, my pants. Not my pants. I'm in shorts because it's still hot over. This definitely looks like it's always going. Yeah. You made one side of me all wet with water, bro. Luckily, it was a little glass and it was like a fourth of the way full. Because, like, it was right above my laptop, above my computer. But luckily, the computer sits under the table in a way that, hey, don't touch my remote. It's mine. You got your own toys. Go play with them. In fact, I gave you some of my stuff. Go play with the Dr. Pepper bottle. Alright, dealt with him. Got him something that was his to play with. He likes the remote because it's got a light on it. He's like, ooh, lights. I like it. I'm like, well, it's mine. Go away. So it's still moving forward. Well, I mean, I guess if it falls, and we'll deal with it when we get there. Maybe it'll fall in a way that makes it easy for us. That did not do well on that turn. There we go. I like digging with the big, huge, I don't know, what is this, big excavator? Huge excavator? The biggest one right now because it just gets the job done very quickly. I'm going to back it up even more. And then I think that should be good. We'll be doing like another double cleanup here in a minute. And then, well, you know, a few minutes. Y'all know what I mean. And then I want to get this cleanup done before any sort of storm comes. 'Cause it's like when that lightning hits, it takes like 2 shots, I think. And then your whole frickin' engine's destroyed. And that's really bad. It's bad news. I think it's looking good. You'd think with the parking brake on, it wouldn't go anywhere, but what's up, buddy, huh? Don't touch my stuff. Okay, it's not for you, bro. When he gets a little taller, I'll be able to like reach all sorts of parts on my desk. And don't go under there either, man. Don't play with my... So it's going pretty well. We just have... I've been doing a few things. Like I just negotiated my... So I haven't gotten back to work yet because I'm negotiating my contract with them. And how I'm negotiating it is I'm asking for almost double my salary because first off, I've been there for 2 years. Secondly, they're paying me like an intern. I get about $1,500 a month before taxes. So I worked at that for 2 years. Now the thing is, a lot of what I was doing that for was my own benefit because I'm learning a lot there, and I'm getting like basically because I had the job I was out after the experience, in a sense, more than the money at first, because, well, um, in these in this field, you got to have some experience. Now, I have full stack development experience for like 8 years, but I only, for like this particular full stack development area, which is React and Node.js and things like that, it's only the 2 years with them. But that doesn't mean I'm not like a beginner or a newbie or even an intern. I still fall in the at least the mid-tier range of like professionals, and I could actually be considered a senior because of my tenure and all the different projects I worked on, and the fact that I know what I'm doing. So for me, at first, the pay was not bad. And then I just kept it going because it was convenient. I was getting the experience I needed, and stuff. So anyway, we've negotiated, so it'll be something like I get about, I think it's like 3,200 before taxes, something like that. And that's actually, well, okay, to be honest, that's still very low. That's the low end of a beginner salary. Like a beginner salary should be 35 to 45K. Now, we're targeting that because I know they're a startup. They can't really afford it. They like working with me. I like working with them. So, like, there's a lot of mutual things there. And it's not to say I'm not looking for jobs. I've applied for a couple of jobs as well. And haven't heard back from them, but that's a whole nother story. I've also hired a coach to help me with my resume and stuff, because I'm pretty sure I've got an old school resume. Probably the one that gets junked right as the bots check it out and say, oh yeah, this is junk, and they send it away. So it never sees it, and a real person never sees it. But we sent that Friday, and then he got back to me and said, hey, we really like working with you. I understand your positioning and this raise. So it's not, it's not like we don't want to work with you, and they just have to like talk to board member. Well, there's like, I think only 3 board members. So 2 of them are people I work with. Third one is someone I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but it's not a big deal either. I don't really care. Once that's approved, which I think it should be today or tomorrow, things will be great. I'll get back to work. And then another thing that's kind of spawned over the weekend, which is kind of interesting, is so the house we live in is a rented house. And I don't like to normally talk bad about people, but the landlords fit the very typical landlord stereotype of they want to do things as cheap as they can. So we've lived here for 4 years. Well, at the end of this year, it'll be 4 years, so we're pretty close. The room, one of the rooms, okay, all the rooms downstairs kind of have bad air, but one room in particular has no circulation at all. Now, 2 years ago, maybe a little more, we talked to him about it. He came, and there's like a little vent that goes outside, and so he installed what you could basically consider as one of the ventilation fans from a computer. He says, oh, this should help out. Now, granted, it brought in a little extra like air to the room, but the room still has stagnant air, and both my sons that live or like spend, have that as a room do complain that it's stuffy and it's, I mean, just the air quality is bad. If we had like a person come in and do some tests, I'm sure we'll find that there's some serious issues in there. So we brought this up to them. And then we also had a guy come out who could fix the problem. And he said, okay, well, it's like $1,500 for a really standard fix, you know, something that'll work and get things better there. Or if you really want to do the job right, it's about $3,000. And so when I talked to the landlord about that, he's like, well, I think there's a cheaper way, or like, I think we can get it done a little cheaper. Probably just get a couple of air filters in there, not filters, purifiers. And I think that'll do the job. I'm like, no, you don't really understand the room or what's going on in the room. So, but then, so we said, well, no, like this guy really, it needs to get done. So then they come back with, okay, like we'll get it done, either option, and then we'll just raise your rent $200 a month for 1 year. And we're like, no, this is your house. You need to fix it. You're the landlord. And, I mean, we could have done some stuff to, like we could have brought in a inspector. And then if, you know, then they would have had to actually, by law, fix it without. But we decided, well, whatever, you know, it's fine. We won't do that. We were not like, you know, petty and cheap, or like, you know, taking cheap shots like that. So we returned. Well, if that's the case, then fine. We'll just move out. You know, we'll move out here in a bit and kind of just put some pressure on them. You know, what you do. I mean, we are planning to buy a house. We're saving money right now, and we think in about 2 years we'll have the amount we need to get the house we want, or like, you know, put a down payment on a house we want. Haven't found that house yet, but we know there's a house out there for us. For my wife and I, it's going to be like our forever home, if you want to call it that, because we're not so young anymore, and we don't got time to buy hundreds of houses. Don't have the money either. That said, they came back with, all right, well, you have 6 months to move out. We're selling the house. I'm like, okay, that's pretty aggressive, but all right. So we've already went yesterday, looked at a house that actually would really do the job. It's about $600 more than our rent here, but if we have to do it, we'll do it, because it's got more room, it's got more space, it's better layout, lots of good things at this house. So I think we're going to see another one today. I forget, I haven't talked to my wife, or she told me and I just don't remember. But I think it's later in the evening, so it's not a big deal anyway. So yeah, so we're moving. 6 months or less. What I'd like to see, just to kind of, okay, now I'm going to be a little spiteful, but what I'd like to see is like this house that we looked at, if they like, you have to put kind of it's like a bid system here, kind of in a sense, I guess. But you put in an application, the owners look at it, and if they've had other people, they'll make a decision. So we're going to put a bid in, obviously, or an application for it. And then if they pick us, like the house is available. So they're like, we can move in tomorrow if we really wanted to. And although it would not be the greatest move for us, we don't have to wait for the return of our, whatchamacallit. I'm going to try to get rid of that mouse. Oh, now, stupid ass mouse. There. Now I can fix it with this, and then the mouse isn't there because it's bugging me. Conveyor belt buckets destroyed. I think that's only one. Good. I think we need to back up a bit. Okay. We can get the right buttons here. So yeah, very, very interesting turn of events. I really didn't think they would be so aggressively, and now I think they feel like we're like these bad bad tenants. We're not. Like, we've paid our rent on time all the time, never missed one rent. We've taken care of the yard. We even, like, just last weekend stained the deck ourselves. Like, obviously they said, oh, we'll pay for the stain or whatever, which is like $50. But, like, you know, we probably spent 10 or 15 hours sanding and all the stuff for it. We just did that because my wife's like, I'm tired of how ugly this is. I want to fix it. So, you know, we're trying. We take care of the house, and when my wife told me, I kind of had a feeling when we rolled back, we'd get some sort of response like that. Maybe not so aggressive. So I just laughed at it. I said, that's really funny. Partly because we know they've told us before, because we've asked them about, you know, would you sell the house? They said yes. And they said they want something like $500K for this house. Now, honestly, it has a lot of problems. To get that much, they're going to have to do like a ton of work in that, like gut the house and redo it, costing them probably 200K, because really there's that much of a mess in this house. You know, the whole downstairs needs like ventilation. The kitchen it's all sorts of stupid. Most of the wood floors, they're not wood floors. It's like this fake tile, and it was the cheapest tile they could get. And I did have to pause. So I know I was in the middle of a conversation about the house and stuff. I don't quite remember what it was, so I'm sorry about that. But hey, one good thing about the house we currently just went to go look at is that it's right, like it's five. Okay, so the house we're at right now is 15, well, it's about 20 minutes away from our daughter's school. So when I gotta take them to school every morning, it's like about an hour or so out of my day, which is not bad. If I do it with the bus, it would take a lot longer. Generally, it took like 3 hours a day. But anyway, now it's 5 minutes away with that house. That's really nice. Where are we at here? I gotta make sure we don't overfill this thing. We're close, pretty close. And we gotta do. Oh my gosh, how do we have 3 buckets full of freaking junk? Thing is stupid, dude. Now it's doing it in 3 frickin' buckets. God. Dumb piece of garbage. Can we? Oh yeah, I'm looking at my mouse. It's really paying the butt. Maybe I should have turned the game off and come back in. I might do that. It's actually really annoying now. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. Alright, no mouse bugging me, or mouse pointer bugging me. Okay, so that dirt's just, I don't know, this is dumb. How this is working. Irritating. I hope they fix that. They're fixing a lot of things, you know, so it's great. But this is one thing that's be a bit of a bummer if they don't fix. They're like, okay, end of life on this game is done. They can't sunset the game, but they can certainly like sunset the development of the game, and then, I mean, they've already moved on. We know they're doing GSM 2. We've seen their previews and things, so you know. What? Why is this not on? Really? I'll know in the dump truck. Ah, my gosh, going the wrong way all over the place here. Yeah, so anyway, I was saying that the house is much closer to their school, so that's also a nice benefit of you moving to a different space. So, but I think I was on the lines of this house and how I don't think they'll get their money's worth for this house, to be honest, what they're asking for, regardless of the fixes they do to the house, because it's a quirky house to begin with. Like, Finn's are kind of particular, and I don't think the style would completely match. I don't think this was built by a Finn either, because it just is such a odd design that doesn't fit the Finnish motif. But and then it's got problems, like I said. And then I was also, because I laughed when my wife told me that they're just selling the house and they want us out in 6 months. I laughed because I'm like, I really don't think they'll. I mean, they're losing money because obviously we're not here renting the place and giving them like over $2,000 a month for it. But they're not going to be renting it out either. I think they want to renovate it a bit. I mean, they need to. They're going to sell it. So they'll be losing money while no one's in it. And then they'll also be, why is these at 92 and then at 80? Something broke over here. Crap. Okay, stop. No, stop. Let's turn the lights on. So what's the problem here? I can't get it turned on. Shit. All the buttons, that's the one I didn't repair. Alright, well, let's see. There's nothing here that says... That's what I wanted. It's at 92. Okay. It should be on. What on earth? It just didn't come on? Alright, well, you know what? I mean, I don't know. Don't know what the problem is. But we're switching the buckets anyway, so it's not a big deal. We lost a little money. He's found his screaming voice, so. Alright, all the mats have their things. Let's turn this. Well, let's turn these off. Put this up. Turn this guy off for now. That's all we need. Okay, let's, I guess, start with the mats, as we normally do. Gotta get practice in for the leaderboard. You're fine, buddy. You're fine. Nothing's happened. You go. Oh. Yeah. Everything's good. He was just kind of slipped off the thing he likes to stand on. Charlie, not yet, buddy. Please, give me a break here, man. Everybody be demanding my attention. Back it. All these buckets are full. Half full. It's kind of lame. Alright, let's switch these out then. What's the fucking problem? Oh, I see what the problem is. Charlie, not yet, buddy. He's such an impatient little doggo. And you can get out, he just doesn't want to do it the hard way. Charlie, relax, okay? Relax, buddy. Sit down. Shit, I was looking right at it. What the hell? It's the oscillation. Messing me up. Okay, those are rolling, so we can finally take this. And we'll dump that one in. And then we'll dump all these little ones in. Actually, I'll give that a little bit of a break, but nuggetators are finished. Oh yeah. Okay, this should be pretty full. I'm thinking they're maxed, but my Charlie dog's good. He laid down for a minute while I get this done. Like we have kind of a something that we use as a baby gate, and he can sometimes get over it. You know, he'll jump high enough to get over it, but he's kind of not wanting to is the thing. So not yet, Charlie, bud. Not yet, bud. I wanna actually, this goes back over here, doesn't it? Just in case. Oops. It was fuller than I thought. Oh well. I don't think we lost much out of that. Let's go grab one of these ones that's really full. Oh. I thought we would have been much lower. $4.50, we're doing pretty good. Alright, so we're probably doing really good. Oh yeah, I'm like, what am I? Okay, we should dump this in. Once you get used to that, that's a lot faster. I like it. Oh, we're already to that point. Okay, I thought we had these two under here still to go. Yes, I've learned these are much fuller than I thought, so we'll just wait till after 50. Even though they're like 80% full, maybe they were a little more, but So yeah, we're moving, and I'm pretty sure I'll be getting a raise, which works out really well because, like, they really don't have any sort of a, because they're a small company, they don't have like a, call it a merit. 1,400 in one day. That's pretty darn good. Okay, merit program. You know, where you gain, like, or a review kind of program where they review your performance every 6 months or a year and say, okay, you can get a 3% raise. Yes, I know I'm asking for a lot, but the fact is, I am. Well, they're paying me too low to begin with. I'm only asking like kind of a bare minimum. Technically, I should be in the 55 to 70 range. 1,079. Dude, we're making money. Money, money, money. Okay. What to do, what to do. Honestly, what to do is while the I want to turn that off. Everything's on. They're pumping now, so I don't understand why they weren't earlier. That's really weird. I think I'll leave this here, though, for today. Oh, we should have a bunch of fuel in our fuel tank now, too. That would be nice. So I'm going to pull up over here. Just maybe set up for the next video a little bit, but yeah, there's things I'm gonna do today, so gotta get this done. I would probably run and do a double double. All right, but I'll do some other things today. So all right, thank you for watching. Then if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you're brand new, please subscribe, and if you want to help and support me, you can do so by becoming part of the OMG gang. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.